what should companies be thinking about when looking to retain or implement a permanent hybrid workplace solution when it comes to function and feature?
Right. So we actually have 12 points. I'm not going to make them all.
Okay, we're here all day, guys.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. But I will say this. Hybrid is more of an operational model than a workplace solution. And I think our industry, the design industry, is being set up right now, and the real estate industry. People are coming to us and saying, I need you to create this amazing space that will make everybody want to be there. Right? I can create amazing spaces, but if you don't have the policies, the procedures, the culture, the HR, things in place that support that, it's not going to be really highly effective. Hybrid is also the hardest model to pull off. And if you think you can just change and just say, okay, you can work from home 1 or 2 days after a hybrid policy, you're wrong. You need to think about, how do you onboarding people? How are you retraining managers to manage by performance and not presence? What is required? How do you ensure that you don't have proximity bias or you're not creating silence? We've worked with a lot of companies that have had really successful remote and or hybrid programs that have gone off the rails because if not done well, it can be the worst of both. Right? You can commute to an office to sit on Zoom calls all day and be like, why did I come here? Right? Or you could go to a place that actually has worse Wi-Fi than where you started. Or you could be going to a loud space when what you needed that day was a quiet space, and that's where you started your day. So I think there's a lot of things that still need to kind of be worked out, and it is not for the faint of heart.
100%, yeah, and I think that can really test people's personality levels too. And when you say like commuting all day just to sit in Zoom calls, like those employees, they're not going to be quiet about it, right? They're going to scream to the rooftops being like, my employer is making us go. And like that also puts a damper on just overall the brand recognition of the company. So it is so much more of a bigger problem than like, oh, people are not occupied in the space. It's an overall image thing as well.
Yeah, and I think there's a major thing that everybody is just ignoring.
Yeah.
Which are habits.
Yeah.
And some really bad ones.
Yep.
If you're in the office and you won't go into a conference room with 5 of your colleagues who are on the same call as you, because I believe the real reason is you want to sit at your desk and multitask and not be in that space, that's a bad habit.
Yeah.
If you're booking end-to-end calls without any time to process or think or move or, kind of just have that permeate into you, that's a bad habit. If you wake up at your house and you just are diving straight in and sitting in one place for 10-hour calls, that's a bad habit. We've gotten into a lot of really, really bad work habits, and most companies aren't really addressing that.
No. And for them to think like, oh yeah, we need to get the space as occupied as possible, and that's how we're going to change these habits. People are going to be happier for that, but it's way more than just like design. It's way more than just real estate, facilities, IT, HR. Like it's a whole organization, operational thing that you're talking about, and people just think like, yeah, we just got to make the space pretty. Don't get me wrong, that is
pretty space is always but that's not really all it's about. And I think another thing, a lot of our clients are saying, what is that amenity that's going to get everybody here? There are some great amenities that people should be thinking about. Quite frankly, they always should have been thinking about it. But now I think what they also need to realize is people is the number one amenity. If I create an amazing space but nobody's there, it's not great. It's like if you go to a restaurant and you're the only person in the restaurant, it's not a good experience.